Hello, we are live and look, I'm on camera today, people.
Yay. And you look gorgeous.
Aw, thanks. So, we're just gonna wait for people to come in and we'll get started that way. I think that'll be the easiest thing.
All right.
So, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fun. We're dealing with that really cold weather, which is not normal for us down here. So it is a little crazy. Lots of ice
Yeah.
today. But it was fine. We didn't do a whole lot, just mostly, checking on my mom and uh, kind of more staying in to stay warm. What
How's your
about
mom
you?
doing?
Oh, she's doing better and better each day.
Uh, oh, good. We had a friend over this weekend that stayed with us, so then my husband and her, they had a good drinking night, which was funny because my husband decided at midnight, let's go build a fire. Okay, why? Why are we building a fire? I was
Right.
like, no, that's stupid. So then he gave me that look like you're dumb. I'm doing it anyways. And I just was rolling my eyes at him because he could be dumb like that. So
Right.
we stayed out there for like an hour. And yeah. Oh, hey, Jersey JoJo. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Jersey JoJo. How are you
We're just kind
today?
of shooting the crap right now, shooting shit until we get a little bit more in here. And then we talk
Yes.
about our our thoughts on Cecil
On
Hotel and
right.
Eliza Lamb. Is it? Do you think it's Elisa? Is Elisa that right? Is that how they
Well,
said it?
yeah, that's how they were saying it in the show. I think I remember correctly. Elisa, right? I don't think I heard
Yeah,
Eliza,
it
but
almost. It almost. I said Eliza because I was looking at it wrong.
oh, that's
But
okay.
Elisa. But I always thought they were
Yeah.
saying Lisa. But it's they just were kind of making the East
E
almost silent. It was
silent.
bugging me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It
it was
was
kind of
bugging
bugging me
me
because I don't.
too. Right.
So yeah, he decided he wanted to build a fire, and I was like, okay, psycho. And then Sunday, I was all congested.
Right. From the
Oh,
yeah, because
thank
you're
you.
allergic.
And I want to say we are over to 114 subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody for supporting me, Megan, and we really,
Yes.
really appreciate it
Thank
so
y'all.
much. I even put my makeup on, but I'm smoking right now, so I'll flip the camera back on when I'm done.
Sounds good. And you look great on camera. And I'm going to shoot to be
Oh,
on
thank.
camera for
I
Wednesday.
was making Megan. I was like, "Does my iPad look better than my?" Like I kept going back and forth. I was like, "Does this look better than this?" But I think my camera is better on my phone, which my phone is a little bit newer. It's the iPhone
Yeah,
11,
right.
so
They have a
it
good
looks a little
camera.
bit better than my iPad. My iPad's a
iPad.
couple years old.
Right.
One of these days, I'll get a laptop or something. I mean,
Yeah,
I have a
well,
laptop, but it's super slow, and it just wouldn't work for. It's
for
old,
streaming.
so.
Yeah.
And my son has one, but I can't find the charging cord for it. It's probably packed in a
Oh,
box. So
right.
I'm kind of just waiting to save up to see if I can get one.
Yeah. Well, and these days the cameras are really good on the phone, so it will work
Right, a lot
until
of
you
people use their phones.
exactly. They'll have them
I just
set
hate that
up
I
and
can't show stuff, share stuff
oh,
like I'd like to.
right. See, I
That's
don't
all
know how to
right,
do
Juicy
any of
JoJo. I
that yet.
appreciate you tweeting it.
Yes, thank you.
How's the weather, Megan?
Oh, here it is very, very cold. Like we don't really get this cold. This is a rare thing that's happening with the ice and a tiny bit of snow this morning, and it's dropping down to 16 tonight, which is crazy for us in South Louisiana. So the whole city is pretty much shut down today. So Nobody's really on the
Hey,
roads.
Jen, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Jen.
No, I didn't. What did we? I don't know about the little girl Molly. I
Oh,
never heard about that. Have you, Megan?
well, no, about Molly. I'm sorry, y'all. No, what is? I need to see
Yeah, no,
this.
I don't know. I'm obviously in the. I might have to Google it.
Yes, I'm gonna have to look into this too.
And hey, Becky P, thanks for coming.
Hi, Becky.
Come on, come on, dog. Sorry, gotta get the dog in the house.
Yes.
Gotta get all settled, and then I'll
Yeah, get
throw the
settled.
camera back on.
Yeah, no, I'll have to definitely look into that. About Molly.
So we are going to talk about the Cecil Hotel, a little bit about their backstory, and then we'll go into Elisa Lamb.
Oh wow, your AC is on. Oh my goodness. And that's usually what we would probably be doing. We might have a little cold around this time of year, but nothing like we're having right now.
Oh man, it's not too bad here. We haven't had it super cold here. The last week it's been like the 50s, so no AC, but
Yeah. Well, we were just running the AC like what, last week here, but that's Louisiana weather for you. Hot one day, cold the
yeah.
next. But this is
Well,
just
I
crazy
appreciate you
cold.
coming and supporting us. It means a lot to
Yes,
both of us.
definitely.
Megan's gonna have to be in charge of the comments.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I'm watching. Has everybody seen? I'm kind of just guessing, probably so, on the Cecil Hotel show on Netflix.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too. That hotel is has had so much happen. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little scary, honestly.
Yeah, and
I don't think
um
I would go stay there. And the fact that they like tried to make it so that it wasn't a what am I trying to say? That it wasn't the actual hotel.
yeah,
That irritates me.
that was irritating. And the manager lady was something else. She was creepy,
She scared me.
and something was off about her big
Yeah, I'm glad I'm
time.
not the only one. Yeah, like she seemed almost gleeful to be on there.
Yeah, I mean, she was smiling, and that smirk. I just wanted to slap it off her face. But and I think she
Right.
knew, or well, she does know way more than what she was saying.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. Maybe
Okay.
see what everybody else thinks about her. I just wish she would have, because she knew that
Okay.
that poor girl was having issues, in distress, and she didn't do
Yeah.
anything. Poor girl needed some help for sure.
Yeah, they didn't really go into a lot of depth about her being kind of off. They just kind of made it like seem like she was off, and then that was about the gist of it.
Yeah, it was kind of like the last episode where they really kind of started actually even talking about uh, how she was really, like she went to the taping of the TV show and had what brought a letter. She was kind of wanting to give them. They didn't say what show it was, and they kicked her out of the taping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she was writing notes and putting them on the different
Doors
girls'
and
yeah, that were staying at the
And that they had to put
hotel.
her in a different room.
Right, and that she was really acting off and stuff, but they didn't even mention that till what, the last episode? I would think that
Yeah.
they should have got that out sooner, but um and they really started talking about her mental illness that she suffered from, which I know they had mentioned
Right.
it.
So they said, so I decided to like Google like the timeline of her. Um oh, hey, movies, TV
Hey,
shows. Thank
movies and TV
you.
shows. We were talking about the Cecil Hotel.
And Elisa Lamb.
Yes.
Right. So okay, so um should we talk about the Cecil Hotel first? I think just kind of give a little bit of a background on that.
Sure.
So in 1927 is the Cecil Hotel opens after 3 years of construction. It was downtown Los Angeles. It was lavish, you know, everything. But then the Great Depression happened. And so
Right.
that's when it started to kind of go downhill. And it says some have attributed the tragedies prompted by depression along with the Cecil proximity to the Skid Row area, the term which, according to the Skid Row housing, originated during construction of the railroads. So they built the house knowing that it was going to be Skid Row because there was already homeless people starting from the 1800s. And then they said in 1931, the first documented death of the Cecil Hotel occurred on November 19th, 1931. A man committed suicide.
Right.
And so that kind of started it. And then I want to watch the Night Stalker series. It's on, it's supposed to be
Netflix.
on, they have one on Netflix.
Yes.
And I want to watch that because that seems
Me too.
really interesting.
Definitely.
Right. The fact that that woman never managed a hotel and then they like tried to
Yeah.
rebrand it, that made me really mad. Hey,
Yeah.
Kristoff fans only, thank you for coming.
Which, I mean, I know we're going to get into it
I'm even
more,
on
but
screen today. Whoa.
I think the police even kind of kept things and they messed up with the information they put out there too about the
Yeah.
hatch
Oh,
being
yeah.
they said
The
the hatch
like
was
the
closed but it was really
hatch.
open, and I think they covered up a lot more, but
So, yeah, exactly. Oh, thank you, Kristoff fans only. That means a lot to us.
and the Cecil Hotel is not located in the best area either.
No, it's in Skid Row and it's like in the middle of Skid Row.
Right.
Like like smack dab in the middle of Skid Row.
But if you were coming to visit from another country and you didn't know, I mean, that, I don't
Right.
know.
Most Americans know that downtown Los Angeles is not the place to go.
Right.
So then, okay, so we did touch a little bit on the Cecil Hotel and how there's been 16 deaths in that hotel alone, and I've had it.
Wow.
Let's see. I'm just gonna Google it because I had it up and I had to use my phone, so my
They had serial
phone
killers
is,
stay there, and ugh.
yeah, it just seems like, yeah, it just seems crazy, like all this stuff. Like, so the first documented death was on January, so not no the first death took place on January 22nd, 1927. So November 19th was the first death, which was a
Right.
suicide they're saying, but that's not true. So January 22nd was a suicide, and then they have November 19th was a death. I guess I should trigger warning to anybody. I'm sorry, I should have said that before ahead of time that this is definitely going to be one of those.
Yeah.
We won't go into like details because I don't feel
Right.
like that's a great idea. But most of these are just one person fell from the building. Ooh, I'm not gonna read that one because that's just too much for me.
Too much. Yeah.
A baby died, but I'm not gonna.
Oh. Right. No. Better skip
It
that
was
one.
due to insanity.
Oh.
Um, Most of these look like they're suicide. There's a murder in
Right. A woman was
1964.
stabbed or something. I think I read. Saw. them
Let me
say.
see. Yeah, that one was Jack Jackie Eilinger, it looks like her name was.
Right.
A
That's
hotel
the
worker
one.
discovered yeah. And then let's see, just trying to look and see. Accidental How do you accidentally drown? Oh, that's never mind. They're saying that's what. Sorry, I wasn't reading names. That's what they said. Elisa Lamb died was what accidental drowning. I still don't understand that. I don't feel like that's, in my opinion, I don't feel like that's correct. But that's
Right.
just me. It
Yeah,
just doesn't seem. I don't know.
I mean, I definitely think she was could have possibly, because she wasn't taking her meds, supposedly having a, some kind of a breakdown or a reaction to not taking her meds or stopping them suddenly. I guess that's very possible.
Yeah,
Something was
thank
definitely
you,
going
Jersey
on with
Jojo. I'm
her
gonna pin this.
mentally, but as far as
Yeah.
how she ended up in there, or I don't know that I'm going with everything that they said. I don't know.
Yeah, it is weird. So I'm just gonna kind of go over the timeline of Elisa Lamb and kind of what is they know for sure. So January 26, 2013, Lamb was 21 years old at the time and a college student at the University of British Columbia in Canada. According to a statement from the Los Angeles Police Department, she arrived in the city by Amtrak train from San Diego as part of a solo trip along the West Coast as a short getaway for her studies. Her intended final destination was Santa Cruz. Um, and then they said January 31st, Lamb moves hotel rooms. So 3 days into her stay at the Cecil, Lamb was moved from a hostel style shared room to a private room on the same floor. In a statement given by hotel manager Amy Price, found in court documents, Lamb moved rooms after hotel guests sharing the room with her complained of odd behavior. This is also the last day she was reportedly seen alive by a hotel worker. Sorry, had a little thing in my throat. Her parents, who said Lamb called to check in every day during her trip, said this was the last day they heard from her. So January 31st, the last time anybody ever saw her or anything like that. Yeah, so that's the thing is with that just Giorgio is how did they know that because they said, if I remember straight, that the lid was closed, but then they changed their mind and so the lid um wasn't closed. Am I right, Megan, on that?
Yes, exactly.
Megan.
They first they said it was
Okay.
closed, but then they said it was not really closed. It was actually open. So I'm not really,
I think that I think I
something's
honestly
not
think that
right.
they lied. It doesn't make any sense. Why would they say that and then change their mind? And then, so in the early February 2013, yeah, they changed the story. If you watch the whole thing, it's like 1 minute it's one thing, and then the other it's like open, then it was closed, then it was open. So they need to make up
Right.
their minds.
Exactly. That's why it makes it even more confusing and definitely throws up a lot of red flags to
Okay,
me.
yeah. Did they miss? Did they actually?
Yep,
Okay,
that's what they
so
said. They
from
said
what
they
Becky P said,
misspoke.
they actually misspoke.
Yeah, no, I wanted to
And
check
then,
out the Tumblr, but I haven't done it yet.
yeah, I haven't seen that one. So then, early February 2013, Lamb supposedly checked out of the hotel. So, publicly available documents do not list the exact date Lamb was supposed to check out of the hotel, just that she intended to check out sometime in early February. When she didn't and could not be found at the hotel, the police were notified. When Lamb vanished, all of her possessions, including her wallet and ID, were still in her hotel room. Around the same time, her parents reported her missing, and that was reported by CNN. So they aren't sure what day, but they realized she wasn't there anymore.
Right. I'm sitting there trying
And
to
then
think
February
about.
6th,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, God. Oh, no, I was just going to say, then on February 6th, the LAPD said her disappearance is suspicious and may suggest foul play.
I need a brush.
There's one out on the coffee table. Nice.
This is what she means when my hair is in shock.
Oh, man, my son got a mullet and his hair is like, his top is like sticking straight up.
The girl's like, for the rest of the week, so your hair's going to be in shock. So you get out of the shower or something like that, brush it back and put a hat on. So it's
Oh, man, your hair. You guys can't see it. Yeah, why? That's what I don't get. Why didn't they go look?
Yeah.
So then by February 13th, that's when the video was released of her in the elevator.
Elevator
And
stuff.
I was gonna have a friend help me out and she wasn't able to help come in today. And she was going to show us the video. But the video is very crazy.
Yes, it is. Very. And it does look like it was chopped up or the video, something.
Yeah, because then they said there was like 50 something seconds missing out of the tape and it looked like it was slowed down.
Right.
So
And
then
who
February 19th was when they found her. So that's 19 days that they didn't think to look in the water tower or look up
right.
on the roof like very hard. That's
Well, and they searched the roof, they said, and but why wouldn't you look there? I don't get that.
me either.
Very strange.
So, and the only reason that they knew that was because the hotel guests were complaining about low water pressure. So then the maintenance worker, Santiago Lopez, went to investigate the 4 water tanks on the roof and noticed the hatch was open. While examining the top of the tanks, he discovered Lamb's body floating inside one of them. Los Angeles Police Department Rudy Lopez said the detectives were treating it the case is suspicious death.
Wow. That whole thing with the latch and the lid, and with them changing, saying they misspoke or, you know, but still, the cops seem
Yeah.
to me
And then February 19th, then February 21st, now they're saying it looked like an accidental death. So I just don't understand, like,
yeah,
how they
how
go from 3 days, basically, to, oh, not even 3 days. So, yeah, 3 days. Don't mind me, obviously. 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
right,
But oh my gosh,
exactly.
yeah, the thought of that water and you drinking that water and showering that water,
Ew.
that gagged
Yeah,
me a little bit, like a lot.
right.
It gagged me a lot. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
because the
oh,
couple that
no.
they
And
were,
sorry, like I have like my it's bare in my room because we're gonna be moving, so there's like nothing on our walls.
that's okay. The couple that they were interviewing in the show on Netflix that were staying at the hotel at the time, the little husband and wife couple, they said they were, drank the water
Yeah.
and noted that it was changing colors, the water. Oh, so gross. But and how the water pressure was low, too.
Yeah, I did the button thing on the elevators. It seemed like she was pushing all the buttons, and I don't know. I wonder
I
why. Like,
know.
what was her mindset? Like, why are you pushing all the buttons? Is it that you are trying to get to different floor as quickly as you can? Like, that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I know. And it looked like, you know how when she would step out of the elevator
It
and
looked
she
like somebody was
turned?
there.
Yeah, like it looked like she was having a conversation with somebody, didn't it? I think it was
Yeah.
like to the
So
right.
her parents did sue the Cecil Hotel, and then it was dismissed in 2015
Yeah. Poor
because
parents.
the death
Goodness
was
gracious.
unforeseeable. I just can't imagine like losing your child and then in such weird circumstances. And I know that they did like a toxicology report on her and stuff, and it said that her medicine was low in her system. And but the thing is, this is what okay, so this is what I don't understand, and maybe because I'm not a scientist and all of that, but you would think that because she was in the water for so long, how do they know how much like does their system just stop? Like these are my things because I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. Like, how do they
Yeah.
know how much drugs were in her system? Like, could she have been alive in that tank for a little bit and then, you know,
Right.
a couple of days? You don't know how long she survived in the tank.
No, you really
Like, you got to
don't.
think about, I mean, and if she wasn't, because they said that supposedly she drowned, that how long was she in that tank? I mean, I just can't imagine. Like, my brain just, the mental health that would go into the, oh man, yeah, it's scary.
Right. And do y'all think it could, I mean, is it that she snapped and she went up there and was maybe trying to get in to hide? I know they kind of mentioned that on the video as a possibility.
Didn't they talk about that she was meeting a guy too?
Yeah, I thought they mentioned something
If I
like that,
remember
or
correctly.
she was talking with somebody over, online. But why would you
Okay.
get?
Becky P thinks because I'm not like scientist so that she put metabolism stops when you die so her body wouldn't continue to break down the drugs. But what if she was in that water for a long extended
Yeah,
period of time, like she didn't die immediately, even a couple of days, would that change how much drugs are in your system?
right. That I don't know. Yeah,
Oh, Jersey Jojo, that's scary.
would she just?
Did you
You
read what
think?
she said?
Oh, let me go and see. Pushing
But yeah, I
buttons.
mean, that's definitely.
Yeah.
And then it makes you wonder, okay, so let's flip it
Oh my
around
gosh, I'm
and let's
sorry.
say that it was just her. Um, Hi, Janet. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Janet.
So then you think, okay, so if she did this to herself and it's a suicide or accidental drowning or
Yeah.
whatever, where was her thought process to think? Because didn't they say that it's locked up on the door was locked or it had an alarm you would hear down in the hotel down in the lobby. So what would her brain have thought? Oh, I'm gonna go out on the fire escape and then I'm gonna climb up and then I'm gonna climb up a ladder and
And
then I'm
get
gonna
in
climb
the
into another ladder and then get into the water. Like
right.
I want to know like I want to like where you know. Oh, thank you, Janet. I love new. I appreciate that. Yeah, Save Robbie's amazing. He's one of my friends that I have been going to. You know
Okay.
me.
Yes,
I have
you
lots of
sure
different places I
do.
go to. And Save Robbie's hilarious. He's like the funniest ever, and he kind of does. He's into true crime and that kind of stuff too.
Okay.
Christoph fans, I do too. I hope that it was like she hit her head
Oh
and
yeah,
was
me
gone. Like
too.
I honestly do, but because I'm just one of those people. This is my brain, and I like want to dissect everything, and I'm like, what was she doing? Like we all know that she was acting strange leading up to the days, and we also know that she was acting strange in
Right.
the elevator. Who doesn't know? I'm sorry, I wanted to play the video, but I don't have a laptop that works right
Right.
now, and so I couldn't do it. Don't mind my hands, y'all. I talk with my hands a lot. Um, and so it makes me wonder, like, where her thought process was. and
Yeah.
because we all know she was struggling. And
Right.
then the elevator just makes you like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. But
And
at the same time,
I
or was
mean,
somebody after her? Like you just, I don't know. Or if she had something else in her system. I know they said no to that, right?
yeah, they just said that it was all her normal meds, but that they were lower than what they should be. And I mean, they're
Yeah.
doctors and they're all that, so they probably know. They probably, Oh, Nikki May, will
Exactly.
you? I would love that. Yay. Hey, Nikki May. Yes, I would love it if you could jump in. My girl was
Oh
here. She just
yes.
didn't see my message.
Okay.
And she can, because
Great.
she told me that she would help us out, and I sent her a link for the video so we can kind of watch the elevator video, which is great because that's kind of where we're at
Yes.
in our
Perfect.
discussion anyway. So that would be perfect. And you guys all got me on camera. What the heck? I never go on camera, but I was like, okay. I actually asked advice to people, and I was like, so do you guys think like I should go on camera? Do you think more people would enjoy it if I'm on camera? And I got a like resounding yes, go on camera. So
Yeah.
I
Doesn't she
actually
look
talked to
beautiful, y'all? I think so.
EBJJ Comic Nut. I went on his. He did like an Insomniac stream, so I went in on the chat, like in his panel, and I was like, "What do you think? Do you think I should go on?" And he's like, "Oh yes, it's always good to do that." And I was like, "Oh okay, well
Yeah.
I will do it then." And so I did my makeup, which is good, honestly, because with my depression, because for anybody that's new here, I suffer with major depressive disorder, of complex PTSD, and I have an anxiety disorder. And so I deal with all of that in the daily, and that's kind of why I started the channel, was so that anybody that suffers with mental health or is going through something, I want them to not feel so alone.
Right.
Hey, Nikki.
Hi.
Hey, Nikki.
Oh, we get the dog bark.
How you doing?
Hi.
Is it negative? Is it minus? Is it -0 there?
Actually it's -29.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
nice. That's even better.
Right.
See, Megan, and you were complaining. No, just
I
joking.
know. Now I feel bad.
Yeah, we actually we've had like wind chill like warnings the last I think week
Wow.
where like if your skin is exposed. Oh my goodness, cute.
That's our cat and our dog's right here.
Aw.
Say hi to everybody. Hello,
Oh, look how
hello, hello, hello.
sweet.
Don't mind my messy house. Don't look at my messy house.
Oh, it's
We're going
fine.
outside again because I'm a smoker. Actually, not too bad here, but
Oh, that's good.
ooh, the camera. What are we doing?
So, what do you think about
But yeah, so
this?
the reason, yeah.
Oh,
What's your opinion on this?
Okay, so I'll have to be 100% like we watched it, but it's been a while and I've been down a rabbit hole on another case. So
Oh, that's fine.
oh, that's fine.
Do you
but
think? Okay, so this is our. We want to know. Do you think she did it on purpose, or accidentally, or do you think that somebody helped her?
um I would I would say someone helped her. I don't
It's
know,
hard,
Yeah.
like
huh?
yeah, like I don't know. There's many things that seem off about this one, and again, I apologize. Like I was gonna refresh myself on it,
Oh,
and
that's
then I
okay.
didn't see your links, and then I'm like, ah.
Oh
But
no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
No,
fine.
you're fine. Remember, it was so brief overview. Remember, Elisa went to the hotel, stayed at the Cecil hotel, and then
mhm,
there's that video of her in the elevator, which was going to see if you could show for us.
Yeah, I have it pulled up. So.
And then she somehow ended up in the water tank, and it took them like 20 days to find her in the water tank.
Yeah, and they've been using
Yeah.
water that whole time.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Becky P, thank you. Yeah. Me and Megan both really struggle with mental health. And
yes.
so I wanted a channel that would we'd be able to be open and honest about it. And it took me a long time to do it, but I'm really glad that I did it because it's been helping me out. Even if it's, I want to help other people, but it helps me too
Oh, yeah.
to be able to talk about it.
Me too, definitely.
It's definitely important.
Yes. I'm like you, though. I think somebody may have helped her too, because it just seems, I don't know.
It was funny when I was pulling the link up for this to help. There's a article that popped up at the same time about the manager, about how she's like shooting out the claims that she was involved or that she edited the video.
She's creepy.
Yes, that manager.
Oh my gosh.
Creepy. Something's off about her.
She seemed too into it. I'm not saying that she did anything, but I feel like she edited the video because I don't think the police did, because they were trying to find her.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they would have wanted to release all of it.
Right. The only way I could see them doing anything like that would be, to protect privacy or protect like certain information from getting out to the public that only, specific parties would be involved. But that doesn't necessarily apply in this case.
Right.
So I don't see it being edited by them in any sort of way.
Because it was like 20 days and they found her, and then like within just a couple of days they were like 2 days or something. Didn't they say it was like 2 days that they decided it was an accidental drowning?
Right.
Which to me, with this type of situation, it doesn't make sense to me at all, because I'll just compare it to one of the other cases that I'm looking at, which is the Alexis Sharkey case. And I mean, her autopsy just came out. Just came out. And when any time there's like a bigger investigation like that, they have to dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
Right.
And, sure, they could say, we generally think this, but they're not going to come out and just say, this is what happened, within a couple of days.
Right.
Right. That's what I think is weird. That's why I
definitely.
think that it's just suspicious. It's definitely suspicious. Sorry. Didn't mean to clear my throat.
Oh, that's okay.
So, Nikki, if you want to, I don't know how to, probably know, do you know how to share? Because I don't ask me how to do it.
Yeah.
And then we'll just watch parts of it and push pause because it is a YouTube video. And I'll probably get a copyright strike. Knowing my luck. Sorry, dead air.
Oh.
But I just keep going back to, like, if she's bipolar and they know that she's bipolar, but she was taking her meds, what made her stop taking her meds? Like, I know that people stop taking their meds because they think they're doing good, but she knew that she had the issues.
Right.
I did like that they had her kind of as a voice in the documentary. Some of the things I didn't like, and I don't understand why they needed it as a 4-part series. That was still kind of like, you could have done it in 2.
Right. 1 or 2, exactly. Well, and they did say that she has stopped her meds before, right? Like when she'd feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very normal for mental health people, especially people like schizophrenia, bipolar. They'll stop their meds because they think they're doing better.
Okay, so it says I'm sharing it, but I'm not seeing it in the StreamYard.
We may not get to watch it because I don't know if
Yeah,
StreamYard's
it's
like
okay.
well enough to. I haven't played with it on on a laptop because my laptop sucks, and so I haven't been using it.
Yeah, y'all don't know how to do it at all, so I'm no help. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm just gonna have to ask somebody. We'll have to. Maybe I can get
Can you guys
Tiny
see my
Dancer to help
screen
me out.
or no?
I don't
No.
see. Yeah, no, I don't see
Let me
it right
see.
now.
I don't know if it's something Britt
Let
has
me
to
look.
click on or something.
Oh,
I'm looking. I don't see where I would need to, but
right.
maybe the layout. No. No, it's not that. I don't know. Sorry,
Dottie!
guys.
You're right.
I know, where is Dottie at when we
Dottie.
need her? Where's she at when we need her?
Because I've shared my screen before, but I've never been on the end where I have to like control that part of
Yeah.
things. So
It doesn't show anywhere where I need to to because
To do
usually it'll pop
anything.
up it usually will pop up something like on my end if I need to. I don't I could probably figure it out, but I hate to do it while we're on stream
Yeah.
and then ruin it.
Well,
So
you
we'll
could
just
always
have to
of course.
keep talking about it, or
Sorry.
it's okay.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, no, I've always got some kind of noise in the
It
background I'm
happens.
trying to hide from.
Trying to figure out. Let me see settings.
And the whole thing was
I mean,
just
I could
really
always.
sad, but
The only other thing I think I could do is like put my camera in front of my laptop and we could watch it that way. I mean,
yeah, hey, whatever works, right? It's up to you.
yeah. 'Cause there's a good video, like surveillance tonight, the one I sent Nikki.
Right. Oh, with the just the elevator
Let me
video
just.
is what y'all were trying to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just it.
And
Yeah.
I have it pulled up. It says it's sharing, but I don't.
Not
There has
sure.
to be a button that has to be clicked or something. Because when
Right.
I did it with Dottie, it just popped right up. So I don't know. But she's also way used to it than I am. So
That's way used to it than I am. Let's see. I'm just gonna. I know that I found it online. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see. Because I don't think there's any audio to it. So let's just try it this way. We'll just see if this will work.
Okay.
Let's see. Can you guys see that?
Let's see. Yeah, I see a little
Can
bit.
you guys see it a little bit? And if I make the screen. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see if that'll work. Oh wait, there we go. I got it.
Okay.
There we go, Nikki. I got it. I figured it out. Hold on,
Awesome.
okay.
Sorry, you did have to. You had to do. I'm sorry, you guys. I figured it out while I was messing.
I was
with my
Googling it on the side. I'm like, what do I do?
No, it had to do with like when you're sharing. So if anybody wants to know what it is they'll be like the guest. You'll have like a guest button on StreamYard, and it was you having to show it. So
Oh, okay.
now we can watch it. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you help
No
Yes,
get at
thank
least
problem.
pulling
you.
it up for us.
No, not a problem. Okay, and I don't know if there's sound or not. I can always mute it, but I clicked share audio just
I
in
don't think
case.
that there is,
I
but
wouldn't
make
think so
it
because,
bigger screen, I think.
okay. Did that work?
There we go. See, everybody can
Okay.
see it now? Yeah,
Okay.
because we don't need to see, we don't need the sound, really. We just want to be able to watch how she, like, goes in and out of it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll hit play.
Sorry, no. I'm just going to take my camera off. So, see, she goes in there, and she's looking at all the buttons, and she pushes a bunch of the buttons, and then sits in the corner. And you're like, well,
But see,
are you
this
trying to
part
get
right
away from?
here always got to me because she's creeped out or something by something. That would be my instinct. Like when she's like kind of
Yeah.
acting like this, but she hears something or I don't know.
Well, the way, yeah, I mean, like, look, she's like looking like there's somebody out there.
And then she
Right.
would have also had to press like a hold button, like a fire hold button on because it wouldn't stay open this long.
Well, and the way, did you see how she kind of hop jumped
Yeah.
out that,
Exactly.
like, almost like like thinking somebody was gonna be there. So either she had like undiagnosed schizophrenia or something, but
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
My sister has like a multiple personality.
yeah,
She is bipolar, but she has like a multiple person. But sometimes like she kind of does like quirky things like that, and so um I don't know, that it kind of just reminds me of, yeah,
and why would
Of
you
either
that,
think
yeah.
yeah, I mean, she's
and
scared.
she's pressing
You
all the
can
buttons.
see,
Definitely.
yeah, and then she
I
pushes all
think
the
she just
buttons.
wants it to close. Yep.
I see. That's the thing is I wish we could see the panel better. You know what I'm saying? So you could, like, see, like, is it the well-defined
Right.
numbers, or is it, because some of those older hotels, like, she's trying to, it
And
looks
then
like
what
she's
is she
trying to get the
talking to?
door. Yeah, who's she
Yeah.
talking to? And then,
Exactly.
and it's like, it almost looks like she's trying to put her fingers in front of the door to see if it's working, like if it'll stop and open.
Yeah.
And see now right here, I'm gonna pause it for a second because like you see her bringing up her arms, and it to me it looks like someone with a personality or like a OCD, like trying to calm themselves down because it almost looks like she's putting a finger down as she like talks about something to herself, or like she does it like 3 times at
Right.
least.
Right. Well, and like Janet said, it could be that if there were spirits and she already has like kind of an open mentality and she is
Right.
suffering. And I believe in spirits, in my personal opinion. I do believe. Or it could just be that she's mentally ill and she's scared. Either
Yeah.
way, she's
Right.
scared. And if she's already acting like this night, she had to have been acting like this
Well, yeah, they
building
said
up
she
to this.
was. You remember
So
on
why
that
would
last
we?
episode
Yeah.
about her behavior leading up to this night was
Right.
very, the way she acted at the taping of the TV show, the notes she was leaving on the other people's doors and beds.
Yeah.
Right. There's
Yeah.
usually signs when they're not taking their medication, and there's something, like with my sister, when she stopped taking the medication, there's stuff that we noticed right away.
Well, right.
That
Like if I stop taking my medication, my husband notices it. And he's like, "Why aren't you
Right.
yeah,
taking your meds?" So you can tell when somebody isn't taking their meds. They act
Yeah.
different. They aren't stable. And these people noticed it. And that's what I don't understand is even the manager said she noticed it and they moved her to a different room.
Different room. Right.
So, like, because in the United States they have what is it, like the 5150? Is that what it is?
yeah,
where they
Yes.
can put them in a mental hold. Why didn't anybody do that? Was it that they were just didn't care? I feel like there's
Yeah,
negligence at some point.
definitely.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the people at the TV show taping, like you would think that
They would have called for help
they
or
would have
something.
called help and I mean, I guess they're not necessarily considered mandated reporters, but I mean, you still think there's a whole logic of see something, say something, but
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Jan,
manager admitted it.
I saw that Robbie and I can never say their McSee. I always say that wrong. I apologize. Are doing this about talking about this later on tonight. I'll have
Okay.
to let me grab a link for at least Save Robbie because he is so fun. And he's going to be going and staying in a hotel, like a haunted hotel, so
Oh,
that will be
wow.
fun.
that's
Yeah,
on my bucket list to do. Like,
Yeah.
that
So
would
and
be fun.
he's so fun. He's like one of my favorites.
we have my husband has a coworker that went to one. I want to say it's in Iowa. I think it's considered like one of the most haunted places
Oh,
in the
wow.
U.S. And so it's not super far from me. I mean, it's a day's drive, but it's worth it if I get to do.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Actually,
definitely.
I had told Save Robbie on his channel a couple nights ago that I was gonna talk about this, and he was like promoted my channel. And so we got a few more
Nice.
people that came in. That was where like a bunch of people came in. So now we have
Yeah,
115 subs,
awesome.
and I'm so grateful for it.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
Do you want to push play and then
Jane,
we'll just watch
Christoph,
the
and
rest of
oh
it?
yeah, sorry, I forgot I hit the pause button.
No,
Oh,
you're fine.
it's fine.
So really, she's standing on the hall, moved around.
And I also think that's another reason why the elevator isn't closing is I think that the hold button is placed.
Right. Either that, because that's the thing, is that's what I want to say is like, you can't see the panel. And if she hit the closed door button or the open door button or whatever, we wouldn't be able to tell if it's not marked correctly.
Right. Some
I,
elevators they will like attempt, like you'll see like 2 inches from each side, like attempt to close, but if the holds, it'll go right back.
yeah,
So, and I think is it this part where it seems
I think that's the end of it is where they like, it's just the
Where it
rest of it.
shuts. Yeah.
Oh, no, it opens and then it shuts.
yeah.
And you can kind of see a shadow that maybe that's just me, but you can kind of see a shadow still.
Right.
Maybe that's the
Yeah.
floor, but it looks like a shadow to me. And then the door shuts again. So what makes me, which is weird, is they said that the hold button was for what, 2 minutes?
Mhm.
But it seems like that door stayed open longer than 2 minutes. Now the door's
Well, okay.
opening because of the floors. It's moving to different floors.
It depends on what type of a hold button it is because so the only reason I even think about this is because I used to live in an apartment that I would bring we had carts at the on our underground parking and so I would put my groceries in one of the carts and then I would use the elevator to take them all the way up because I lived up on the third floor and so I would all the time I would get everything in the elevator and when I get in the elevator first I would flip the switch and that specific hold button it does not turn off until the switch is physically put back down.
Right.
Okay.
So
That's the thing is you want to know what the panel, like, that's me. I want to know what that panel looked like.
Right. Well,
You
I think
know?
they zoomed in and showed the panel on I don't remember if it was episode 3 or 4 on the Netflix thing about where that hold button was that she pushed. But I don't know how long it would last.
Well, they said it was supposed to last 2 minutes. But even if it lasted 2 minutes, I think that her going in and out may have even prolonged it longer. Does that make sense? Because if you
Right.
stand in front of a door, an elevator door, it always opens back up. Anybody that's been on an elevator knows that. Oh,
Yeah.
Becky. That's funny. Sorry, I have to chuckle at that one. I get fascinated as well. I didn't know the Blair Witch Project was fake and was so ready to explore the air myself. That's funny. Sorry, had to share that one. That's a good one. But I mean, yeah, it's fascinating. Like all of the little
It
like
is.
intricacies about this case. It just makes
Mhm.
you wonder. And we could talk about it for hours, we could talk about it for
Forever.
days.
So many
And had
different scenarios
mm-hmm.
of what,
Sorry, I'm
could have happened.
well, and I just watched the series last week, and I probably should have rewatched it just so I could catch up on it, like kind of not refresh, but I think I remember enough of it. And when I watched it, I remember, it's on the documentary where he's like, "Oh, the Cecil Hotel," and I remember the name, and I was like, "Oh, that's that place where that girl like died," but I didn't know exactly. I mean, I knew how she died, but I didn't know like all of the like in-depth details because, like, I think ID and 2020 and other, popular places have talked about this because it's so
Yeah.
fascinating. And still, what is it? 11, not 11. Oh my gosh, 2021. So it's been. I suck at math. Sorry, y'all. Give me dates.
Me too.
So 9 years
So
ago.
I googled the elevator panel just to see if I could pull something up, and I do remember clicking on this Reddit before, but they do talk about that, how she like unknowingly pressed the hold button, and then to me
Do
it
you have
kind
the
of seems
picture?
yeah. So here, let
Here,
me.
I'll add you back. I'll add that you were screen sharing. That way we can look at it.
Yeah, I gotta
Now that I know how to
Okay.
do it,
the,
I won't. I
okay.
won't add. Hold on. I added
So
you to me. Yeah.
stop
Hold on.
and then share screen.
I just have to wait for you. Yeah, I mean, I've known about it.
Yeah, I did too, but I never really until I watched the Netflix and started talking to you about it.
Christoph, I convinced my
Oh, he
14-year-old
believed you.
son Blair Witch was real. He was old enough to know better. I like to scare my kids. I'm great at scaring my kids. My daughter, so our house is really old, and it has an extra, like, must have been like my daughter's bedroom was built off of the house. And so it has a window in it, but it's a window that isn't to the kitchen. It's right next to our fridge. And so the middle of the night one time I knocked on the window and she came out and it was dark and I just scared the heck out of her. Never thought I saw her jump so high I was cracking up laughing. It was great. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. Wonder if we can full screen that. Okay, there we go. We can kind of look at it a little bit. That's pretty defined.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like you can
So
see the numbers.
Yeah.
yeah. So it
So
would
is
be
the
the
highlight like
center, the
Center.
center, yeah, the bottom is what I'm assuming. Because on mine, I mean, I've seen these ones before. Mine was a physical, like, little lever that you'd have to switch. I mean, you would know because it's like a thing that you have to push down. So, granted, a button you have to push down too. Never mind. But like it's like you
you
hear
have to
it
push up and
click.
down.
Yeah. So I mean, they do say that the hold button in this case was meant to be a lengthy period for people that were doing garbage or moving furniture, that type of thing.
That would
So,
make sense.
if
Right.
they're going on the theory that, she did this on her own, the conclusion I come to with that is she, being off her meds and
Yeah.
not all mentally there, she might have also been claustrophobic because
True.
if the door wasn't closing, and in her mind that meant she was trapped on that floor, then she's gonna like her mind at
Then
a
she would go
thousand
to the
times
fire
faster.
escape.
Yes, because in
That
her
makes
mind
sense.
she's like, I'm trapped. How do I get out? And my mother-in-law is claustrophobic, and like she cannot do elevators. We've tried to have her go on like caves and stuff before when we've been traveling, and she can't do it. Like she needs to
Yeah.
have an escape route. So
So how long ago, Christoph? It was 2013. This all happened. And yeah, I don't know why it didn't have like, but if she wasn't all mentally there, she wouldn't have thought to use the emergency button or the phone in there.
right, I mean it's true.
Like if she was claustrophobic, like, or even had some sort of claustrophobia or phobia of anything, then that would make sense. But I just don't understand why the water tower. Like, what would make you think that that would be a good place to go? And then why open that heavy lid? That's where I start to like, okay, well,
Yeah, yeah,
Because boots that I bought like 3 months ago, completely worn out. Let's go photo. My feet were so fat. I was like, are you serious?
sorry, my kids are talking to me.
So I'm glad about those little boots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. The same thing happened to me.
All right, well, you have your receipt and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll see you when you get back. Sorry, my son bought some. What kind of boots were they? He bought some Ariat cowboy boots, and they are
oh,
too
that's
big
a
on
good
him.
brand.
Yeah, and so that they're too big on him, so now he wants to get a different one. I don't think she did it either. My gut feeling is that somehow somebody met her in the hallway or something, and they thought, "Oh, I'll help you escape," but then they had bad intentions. That's my feelings on it. Maybe that's just my feelings, but I don't think I'm alone on that.
Yeah, I mean I'm not throwing up the theory that, her mental health played a big role. I definitely think it did. But I just, everything combined, I just don't think with all the facts that, she could have, I
And
mean,
why didn't they think about like the fire escape, and because they showed it, the fire escape and the ladder, like because it goes to the fire escape and then you have to climb up a ladder, and then she would have to
well,
climb up another
nobody
ladder.
knew about those things because, like, on her Instagram or something, like, days before that, she had been taking pictures from, like, going up the fire escape. She was taking pictures from above there, like, to get good photos.
So
So,
she knew
I mean,
about it.
yeah,
See, I'm glad you're interested because you know stuff too. I like to have everybody else's opinions because I mean,
Right.
I like to deep dive this kind of stuff, but I just get ADHD and then I get like,
sometimes
oh, I'm gonna do
it's a
this and
bad
then
rabbit hole if you.
Yeah.
yeah, that is true.
And I like am currently down a rabbit hole with two big cases at the same time, which can be really confusing.
Right. I
So
bet.
That's okay. I enjoy that like it's nice to
Yeah.
have people that know a lot about this stuff because I like to learn about it, but I'm glad I'm not the only one that likes to deep dive stuff because I will deep
Right.
dive if it's interesting and I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. But it's also nice to have everybody else's point of views on it too and what they think and what could have
right.
happened and
Exactly.
hold on. I'm trying to remove that one. Oops. That wave. Now it's just us again. So I think that think it's an interesting concept to wonder about her mental health, because
It really is.
in the long run, I really think that her mental health played a big role in it.
Oh, definitely, I think.
I mean, I can't imagine like going to the United States, going not knowing, because they in the documentary they even say that they didn't say it was the Cecil Hotel. They said it was like a hostel. Yeah, am I saying that right? Right,
Yeah.
it's hostel, and that they didn't say it was the Cecil Hotel. That it because of when they rebranded, they couldn't rebrand the whole hotel because of zoning laws and how the hotel
Right.
was done. It was made to be like live and pay
Long
as you
term.
go,
Yeah.
long term kind
Stay.
of thing. I think you know what they need to do with that hotel. They just need to make it a homeless like shelter now.
They should, especially because of where it is. They really should. It's not open anymore, right? Or they're remodeling it, I think I saw.
I think it's still open.
I
I thought they had
That's a good
closed it again,
question.
and
And they were turning it into something else, weren't they?
right, that's what I thought I read. I could be
I thought
wrong though.
maybe let's see. That's what Google's for.
It's changed names. It's called Stay on Main
Stay
now.
on Main. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's what they that's what people didn't realize um why it wasn't the Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
Let's see, what does it say? Let's see. So what happened to the Cecil Hotel? Let's look and see. It
Black
says,
Dahlia.
oh, that's an interesting case.
Yeah. And I think
Still,
one of those, it's not Ghost Hunters, but he also has like a paranormal show on Discovery. Like they just recently did something on Cecil. And
Okay.
I was going to watch it, but I think I forgot to put it on the TiVo, of course.
so what they're saying now is the Hotel Cecil is very much still standing as a building, and as of 2017, it was being renovated and redeveloped into a mix of hotel rooms and residential units. It was bought in 2016 by a multi-millionaire who said he was committed to the preservation and architecturally or historically significant components of the building. But it looks very likely you'll be able to go stay there in the future. It's being rebranded right now as of 2021. They don't know when it's gonna, if it's, let's see. So I guess it's not open to stay. We'll just keep looking
Right.
because
Well, let's
So
just
much has
see.
happened in there. It's the whole place is kind
Yeah,
of creepy.
I don't
that
think I'd
part
want
of
to stay
things
there.
also fascinates me because we went on, I think it was on our honeymoon. We went on a ghost tour, of course, and they were talking about this one place. And later on, my husband and I were on like a carriage ride, and we were talking about how we thought it was kind of cool that this one little inn that they had talked about, like the history and like the paranormal aspects, and they got really upset and they're like, we don't like when they tell people about that because it makes people want to stay here for that reason.
Okay, so
So
they
I
did
think
say that
it's,
it's closed right now because of being
yeah,
revamped.
I think it's interesting. Some places will gear towards that because they know that there is like a
Yeah,
thing, but some places want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Becky V, that makes me, it does make me question, like, her parents obviously were very involved, and like Jersey JoJo said, I think her parents said she could go as long as she called them every day, but they're in Canada and she was going to California, all they could do for her was call the police when she didn't call. Right, so her parents, but it took them, what, 2 days? And she was already, it was obviously by then that she was gone.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder if you have a child that is that mentally sick, wouldn't you want to keep a better eye on her?
I mean,
or have
and
somebody
that
go
could
with
play
her.
into, was she a dual citizen? I can't remember. Because if she doesn't have citizenship, like I know in the States, so like if this were to happen with my sister, because of her mental health history, um, people would start right away. Um, but she's also a U.S. citizen and has things, you know, kind of
So
set up
she's
that
an
way.
immigrant. She was an immigrant from Hong Kong. Is what they're saying. She visited before she went. She was doing the Amtrak. So I'm surprised. Like her parents obviously weren't like. Cause I mean, the Amtrak. That's. I mean, I wouldn't let my kid go there. I'm sorry.
Right. No. Me either.
I think that you would. I would like. Okay, I'll go with you. Like if I knew one of my kids had mental health and they wanted to go do this, I would be like, okay, well, I'll go with you, and
Yeah.
then we'll just go do it
Right.
together. I would be so worried, whether mental health or not. I think. Hey,
Oh,
Christola
definitely.
S, thank you for coming. It's good to see you.
Hey, Christola.
See, and there's even like so there's like the things that are unsolved, unresolved issues. I think is like the investigation determined how Lamb died, but did not offer an explanation as how she got into the tank in the first place. Doors and stairs had that access to hotels' roofs are locked, with only staff having passcodes and keys, and any attempt to force them would supposedly trigger an alarm. However, the hotel fire escape could be have allowed. So we talked about that. The fire escape. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it was easily acceptable by the fire escape. I'm just looking. I'm just looking over kind of. I know Wikipedia is not always the best, but they do have some, at least, ideas. But
I mean,
they were
it
protected
just,
by heavy lids.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Um,
remember they had the police dogs that went and searched,
Right.
and
yeah.
they didn't ever find a trace of her up on on the roof. That's why they didn't search the roof, because it didn't ever show the dogs never showed that she went up there.
Right.
Right.
And then the autopsy report and its conclusions have also been questioned. For instance, it doesn't say results of the SA kit and fingernail kit were, or even if they're processed. It also records suspicious or subcutaneous pooling of blood in her back door area, because I don't want to say that. I don't know if that's a word I'm allowed to
Right.
say,
Yeah.
which
Right.
some observers have suggested signs of SA. However, one pathologist has noted it could also be the result from bloating in the area, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's
And
in
even the
water.
coroner's pathologist appeared to be ambivalent about the conclusions that Lamb's death was accidental. So even it's like they say that it was accidental, but oh, you were talking about Ghost Adventures that
Yeah.
investigated. I
Yeah.
was just looking.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, no, they couldn't have stopped her, and she could have done this for as long as she wanted to, and
Right.
that is true. Okay, so she was the first generation born in Canada. Okay, like I said, Wikipedia is not always the best, but at least gives you some kind of
Yeah.
reference to. Yeah, she was born in Vancouver. I apologize. That was my bad. But yeah, I want to see if I want to see the water tanks on the
Oh,
top,
yeah. On
because
the
there
top of
was.
the roof
I think that would be interesting to look at.
to see how, and like, she might have got up there.
Yeah, because like the water tanks just seem like they're in
Right.
like how did she get into the water tank? Nikki, can you look at the pictures?
Which pictures?
The water tank pictures.
Yeah. I was looking at her Tumblr. What?
Did they show pictures on that one?
Okay, so it's weird because like pretty much all of 2013 so far, and I'm not like right up until, obviously everything happened, but like she clearly had mental health stuff going on because there's a lot of them that are like
Right.
quotes and like you kill me with your words, like stuff like that. Like so it's but like the
Yeah.
last posts that show up like right when you go to her Tumblr are all like rooftop and fire escape pictures. So that's a little interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And her
Interesting for
Instagram,
sure.
the last couple pictures are the same way. So
Wow.
let's see here.
Sorry, y'all. We're deep diving while we're talking.
Yeah, I didn't know that she
Well,
had those
I get
pictures.
my mind going, and then I'm like, I need to find this out. Like, I need to
It did.
look.
So in the pictures, though, like I'm looking at the pictures online
Mhm.
of the hotel and stuff, but it
Mhm.
doesn't. If I look at it, maybe I'm not getting a good view. It looks like there's a ladder, but it doesn't look like there's a ladder. It looks like there's a ladder that goes up to them, but then there's a ladder. But is that the ladder from them, or is that
Okay,
like
here,
from the
let
police?
me pull this one up.
Okay.
This one I feel like shows.
No, I have your share screen from earlier. That the pictures of the elevator.
Of the
So
panel.
if you need to,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
But
definitely read her
just,
Tumblr.
yeah, this is just so interesting, and I just keep like looking, and I'm like, wait, how did she get up there? Like, I can't figure it out at all.
I know.
If you do go to her like Instagram or Tumblr, just be forewarned, trigger warning. There's some people that have left some nasty comments.
Oh, okay.
I hate that.
Wow.
Which
People,
just drives me nuts that
I
people out there
know.
can do that.
People are so to do
Yeah,
that.
Cristola, we figured it out. You missed it. Looks like we're all screen sharing. Yeah, no. It took us a few to figure that one out. You just were here.
And now I've opened up so many dang tabs. I gotta go back. Okay.
I need to find her actual. Let's see.
Screen. Home tab. Okay.
Trying to find her actual Instagram.
So the one I just put up is like them by the water tank when she was found.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can see where like they're up. There's like a little platform.
Right.
But the only way I could think that she would have been able to get up there is off that railing off the back, because they found her in that. So there's the 4 tanks, and you see the 2.
Right.
It's on the left side, and the back tank is where she was at. So the only way she could have gone up there, unless there's like a ladder somewhere where we can't see, it had to have been the railings.
I thought there was a ladder, but maybe I'm wrong.
There's one.
It was in a different image of these tanks, but it was on their on the Netflix thing. But I'm assuming it was of these tanks that I saw it.
It is those tanks. There's a different view also that it showed of like the top, like you could see like an aerial view of the top.
Yeah, could have swore there was ladders.
I'm
Well,
trying to.
that's
I
what I'm
found
trying to.
one of those, but there's another one that I know I've seen. Mhm.
Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Right. That's what I like. I'm trying to look and see if I can find a picture of like a good picture of a ladder, but
Right.
it makes me wonder if there's like a ladder that, because in one of the pictures I'm looking at, it looks like there's a ladder propped up to that one tank, but it's like, did the rescuers, the police officers
Yeah.
or whatever, or the firefighters, did they put it there, or
Right.
was there all?
Yeah, that's what I
Question.
thought too. There had to be a ladder for the maintenance man to climb.
That's really small. Well, I put another one that's like more of an aerial shot, but it's kind of small on my screen. I don't know if I can
Let
zoom
me see
in
if I
or not.
can. I might be able to. I'll make it full screen. See if it'll.
Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of small.
Hold on, I'll
Go.
see if I can zoom.
I
Oh,
found
here.
one that. Oh, there we go. Okay. There, I found one through CNN. There was pictures, but it's
Okay.
like a overview. I'll just send you the link to it. That way you can share it. Sorry, everybody. We have to do it this
You
way.
sending it to Twitter?
Yeah, I'll just send it to Twitter. Since I don't have a laptop. Nikki makes my computer with today.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, my daughter's talking to me.
Hi, people.
My daughter. Hi, people.
Oh,
Hi, Mini Brit.
that's right. She is a mini Brit.
She does look a lot like me. What?
She really does.
Oh, there's a few people, and it's Megan.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Okay.
Megan and Nikki. Laura goes, if it's Megan, say hi. She only knows Megan.
Tell her I said hi.
She said hi. I told Nikki, I told my friend about, because this weekend we had our friend come stay with us, and I told her about the isms, the Britisms. I told her about the -0. She started cracking up. She's like, "Yeah, you do that." I'm like, "Shut up! You're not supposed to agree." I'm like, jerk.
Okay, I have that one pulled up. So,
Okay.
and it looks like it's like a video almost.
It does, but it was also a great view.
Yeah, I can play it. I didn't click the audio, so it shouldn't play any audio.
Yeah, because it looks like it's a good overview. Oh, there's probably ad if you don't have an ad blocker. But it shows like a good overview of. Sorry, y'all. You watch ads with us.
Those switches. Did you see the switches in that ad? That's what I'm talking about for the elevator.
Yeah, I know. I knew what you were talking about. The up and down switch.
See, and there it shows like the water, how nasty it was.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
would think that, like people are going to be complaining. I know I would. If,
I would
like, I
have.
was,
Yeah. Cause see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Look, see that you push pause right there.
Okay.
Oh, go back if you can. Because the view.
This part?
Look, yeah, push pause. See,
Okay.
look, there's no. If you look hard enough. Oh, the pause is of course on top of it. But if you look, there isn't any real ladders except that one ladder that's propped against that tank.
Mhm.
So it makes me wonder how she got into it unless she climbed that railing next to it. But that railing also is like if you look over the side, it's just a straight down.
Right.
So yeah. Thank you, Jersey Jojo, for coming. It was so
Yes,
nice to
thanks for
have you.
coming.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so you can
whole
push play if you wanted.
okay.
But I think that's what I was confused about. Like, how did she get up on there? I think they're just so that's the Cecil Hotel, and then somebody's probably talking, doing a whole interview.
Yeah, resident. And then, I mean, like, I feel like I have okay upper body strength, but I'm pretty tiny, so I feel like I wouldn't have even been able to do a latch like that. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Seemed like it'd be very hard.
Looks like they're just doing some interviews about it. But yeah, so like that's what I was trying to say is like that top part. How did she get up in there? And then they said that those lids were really heavy. And then why didn't
yeah,
they do anything about the water? That water looked disgusting. They showed in the documentary the videos of like what the water looked like. It was
yeah.
disgusting. I would not even drink that. I wouldn't even bathe in that water. I would complain as soon as that water looked nasty like that.
So you could even tell by like how tiny her parents are. She was a
Yeah.
very tiny person.
Well, yeah, her parents are little, and how did she like? How did even if she had to climb? Because they showed the ladder like up in the video. They showed the ladder that like up to the top of the roof, and she had to
Yeah,
have some upper body strength to climb up that ladder just to get up onto the
yeah,
roof. So
exactly.
that's all I wanted to show on that one was just what it looked like, if that makes sense. Because I kind of just was interested in showing that piece of it.
It's
Oops,
just
sorry,
crazy.
a little
Well, and
late.
then like, so if you're looking from like the other side um of the tank, like you were to think if she's going in one of the going towards one of the tanks, I just wouldn't think it'd be that back corner one. I don't know.
Well, I
Maybe I'm
mean, the only
thinking about it
reason I
wrong.
would think it was it if it was if it was in the one that like was the front left that
Mhm.
she could climb that railing because there's a railing right next to it. She may have been able to
Mhm.
climb that railing and then get on top of it. But that's still a lot of upper body strength if she was long. You can't tell like how I'm sure somebody
Right.
somewhere has like the height of how high it was off the ground, even from that railing. So it just very interesting.
For sure.
But that's just my opinion on it. So I don't know. Does anybody else have any input on what they kind of think? No, Crystal, we think that too. We've talked about it. Maybe that the theories were kind of like that with her mental health and stuff. Maybe there was something there that we just couldn't see.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was that one part in the documentary where it showed like, do you guys remember that where it showed the foot? Do you remember that, Megan? Where they were saying they thought they saw that foot.
Right. I mean, that could definitely be that something else was there. And I definitely think her mental health played a huge part of this.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to talk about it because after I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect example of mental health
Yeah.
and what could happen. And we don't know for sure, but definitely the
Mhm.
mental health, I think, played a huge role in it.
Yeah. And she was showing signs that she needed help leading up to this. It's sad that nothing was done.
Yeah.
Well, and with the fact that the Cecil is, considered one of those paranormal buildings and all that, someone with a lot of mental health stuff like her would be
Right.
more sensitive to that.
Exactly.
and it could especially if she wasn't taking her meds, it could very well set her over the edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because some of
If
the
you-
notes she left for like the other people were run, get out. That's the kind of
mhm.
notes she was giving to
Right.
people.
And the thing is, somebody could have been playing a joke on her too.
Right.
You know,
Oh, I
somebody
mean,
could
you
have been
never
like,
know.
or somebody like a stalker or something could have been, or somebody, a resident could have been like, oh, she looks like she's mentally, you know, if she's doing this, they could have been like making her go more insane, making her think that she was insane, and then help, you know, process it along and then killed her. People are that
Right.
crazy. I'm not
Oh,
like
yeah.
throwing
Yeah,
that out there.
no.
It's,
You never know who was staying there with her or, hanging out with her some of
When
those
you
other
think about
people.
this, I mean, this isn't a very, a very
Scary
big part
area.
of, yeah,
Yeah.
a very urban part of LA. And, if people know that you're one fry short of a Happy Meal, they'll
Right.
take advantage of that in a second.
Oh, yeah, for
Definitely.
sure. Because she was a tourist and she was sightseeing and she was around. I mean, obviously the hotel managers knew who she was, and
Hmm.
her hostel buddies could have like been talking and like, oh my gosh, this girl's crazy, blah 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 blah. And somebody could have overheard
Right.
that. I'm going into conspiracy theories, y'all. I like conspiracy theories. We might have to do something on conspiracy theories because I definitely like real conspiracy theories, not like the whole pizza thing, but like real conspiracies, like the JFK shooting. That's interesting to me.
That can be a rabbit hole.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
That's a fun rabbit hole. There's some rabbit holes I get into and I'm like, we'll sit and watch on YouTube. I'll be on there for hours and like I'll get off. I'm like, why did I watch all of that?
The thing that bugs me with those type of rabbit holes is I wasn't alive then, so like I can't fully go down that rabbit hole to where I feel like I've concluded it in my mind. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can get a resolution that I'm satisfied with because I wasn't there, wasn't alive. So like
I
it's
agree on that.
before my time. So not that I don't find it interesting, it's a different kind of rabbit hole for me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that these kind of ones where we're alive and we can remember it is definitely
Right.
more interesting than other things. Sorry, hiccups. Ugh.
Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm helping kids get a snack.
You got kids at your house right now.
Yes. So I'm kind of muting in and out so y'all aren't disturbed by all the noise.
Sweet Crystal, we always love good rabbit holes. Well, looks like Charlotte's live. If it is, she always goes on different times, so I never know when she's gonna be there. But so I think this is a good place to end the stream. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate everybody coming. It was so fun. And
Definitely.
I think this was a great info and great just like a good conversation. And me and Megan will have to decide. Yeah, like the Amityville horror stuff is definitely interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so we're gonna end this now, and I appreciate everybody for coming,
Yes. Thank you.
Sounds
and
good.
we love you all.
Have a good night.
Bye.